Hello everybody, the Hammer Game channel, welcome back to HOI4 A to Z Kaiserredux Edition, where today we're back in Belgium as we're going to be playing as Flanders Wallonia today. I didn't really consider that Flanders would be immediately followed by Flanders Wallonia, but yes, we're back again, and this time obviously we're not going to have Flanders Wallonia collapse, and we're going to be playing as a German puppet the entire game probably. I don't think we can get our independence anyways. Not too sure, we might, but I guess we'll find out. Anyways, let's hop into it. So here we are, back again in Flanders Wallonia. This time, obviously, we're going to make sure that our government and the Germans maintain and control the nation. We're, of course, currently ruled by King Adalbert, and we do have Prime Minister Paul van Zeeland leading our government. We have 4 national spirits. We have King Albert I in exile, which is terrible. It's absolutely crippling our war support. Linguistic debacle is also absolutely horrific. Dutch control over the Westerschelde doesn't actually do anything, but it's here. And then we have anti-German sentiment, which we'll also get rid of at some point. So the Westerschelde, of course, is this bit of land here. And I believe we do have decisions for it. We do have decisions for expanding the Westerschelde. Westerschelde works finished. We get flourishing trade, which is not too shabby. And we can expand the canal. And here, of course, is the focus tree. So I believe we will just be working down our industry stuff until, November. Then we can evaluate the state budget. And I think we're going to go with guidance by the Flemish Council rather than the German investigation. I think getting to these elections is probably going to be better than reforming the voting system and abolishing the Flemish Council. And of course, we do have different routes depending, I guess, on what we decide to do. Auxiliary forces sticking with the German army, I guess. And then we have our independent forces, which I kind of want to do our own thing, like a fleet of our own. I don't want to have to rely on the German fleet, although we will definitely still be doing that. And then even just getting our own planes sorted. I just want to do as many things independently as I can from Germany. I don't think we can get that. Can we get fully independent? I don't know, but we'll start with the Gallopin Doctrine, and that gives us civilian factory construction speed of plus 10%, which is pretty good. Always do love getting fruits of the open door, minus 6.5% consumer goods, which is pretty nice actually. Well, Black Monday has just hit the nation, and oh boy, is it crippling our already inefficient industry. Well, that, however, is very, very nice. African investments, which has given us minus 15% consumer goods. So we're back with the disaster of the 17th of February 1936. Obviously, the king's given a speech, and whilst he's addressing the population, a group of rebels has, appeared and fired in the direction of the king. So, rather than waiting for them to calm down today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit them head on, send in the army. Army deployed against the rioters. The close division was quickly mobilised and used to suppress the rioters. The rioters were enraged by the heavy weaponry, became more violent and attacked the palace defences. The army was finally able to suppress the rioters by open fire. 106 were killed. Hundreds more arrested in the following days. We seem to have temporarily gained control, but the strong measure will have to be implemented to prevent another disaster. And with Black Monday now here, we can do assemble the industrial committee. I think we will probably go down these focuses rather than going into here, because I don't really care about rocketry or nukes or synthetic resources. That all seems pretty useless to me, if I do say so. So we've just uncovered the Gruzengroep. So during a routine patrol by an Antwerp Harbour Defence Force, they uncovered a group of 5 men trying to infiltrate the Hansa Dock. Quick action by our troops meant they were able to capture the group, killing 1 man and disarming the rest. They carried small pistols designed for the Lamesvacht, who seemed to have intended to sabotage the harbour trains, which would have disrupted vital shipping for the German Empire. Upon further investigation, 3 of the 4 men have discovered to be officers of the Durin police. Thus invoking the question of whether we can trust our own police forces. The Ministry of Defence has responded forcefully to this implication, stated that only a full overhaul of the selection and training programme of the police can prevent further trouble. Others, however, believe this might have gone too far. How should we respond? Let's completely overhaul the training process. Gruzengroep suffers losses due to the recent increase in background checks and close internal investigation into our police forces. We've been able to capture more than 300 members of the Gruzengroep, thus greatly disrupting their capacity to damage our regime. King Albert himself has personally awarded the commander of the Lamesvacht with a medal, awarding his loyalty and dedication to defeating the enemies of Flanders Wallonia. A great success for our repression policy. We can actually go ahead and evaluate the state budget now, so let's go ahead and do that. Revising the army budget. While the generals have repeatedly urged the government to allocate them more funds to bolster the army, restrictions imposed by the German Empire made it impossible for the request to be accepted. With rising tensions on the border, Germany might be more open to revising the agreements and allows to expand their army. Revising the naval budget now. While our admirals have repeatedly urged the government to allocate them more funds to bolster the navy, restrictions imposed by the German Empire made it impossible. With rising tensions, they might be able to revise it. Cool, let's petition them this as well. And last but not least, revising the Air Force budget. Let's go ahead and petition that to Germany as well. And good news, the German government has lifted some of the restrictions and even sent over some skilled personnel to help us build up the army. And they've also lifted the naval restrictions as well. Yeah, we're going to allow the Flemish Council to handle the affair. Right, perfect. So we've opened up guidance by the Flemish Council routes over here. We've obviously opened up independent force, a fleet of our own, and Masters of the Sky as our routes for the other parts of the tree. Oh, we get some generals. Nice. I think what I would really want to do right now is do guidance by the Flemish Council. By allowing the Flemish Council to do their job, we will not turn them against us and gain some much needed support. I think what we'll also do right now is we'll go ahead and improve relations with the Netherlands. So they're going to gain Friends of Belgium. A plot has been discovered. The investigation behind the Diderot train crash from last week has taken an interesting turn. During the interrogation of the signal operator, he confessed to have been warned an hour prior to the crash by a figure relatively closely associated with the resistance in order to help create an accident. Both men were immediately arrested, and the gendarmerie is investigating any links between the men and known resistance members. More intelligence on the Diderot crash. New information has been discovered about the recent collision concerning the identities of some of the passengers. It appears that Hendrik Elias, head of the Vermeeswacht, was supposed to take this particular train for a routine inspection in Bruges. He was, however, unable to come and thus never boarded the train. Many feel like this attack was targeted against the Vermeeswacht for siding with the German regime. It might be wise to interrogate them and integrate them into our main police force in order to avoid further catastrophe. Revoke some of the privileges of the Vermeeswacht, or we should interfere with their affairs. Let's go ahead and revoke some of the privileges of them. They're going to protest, but I think it's the better option here. Vermeeswacht protests. Ever since the occupation of Belgium and Velkrieg, the Vermeeswacht has been the beneficiaries of the special status, separating them from the main police force. They initially helped pacify the country during the Velkrieg by promising the Flemish population independence and more rights for the Dutch language. When it became clear after the conflict that Belgium would be turned into a puppet state of Germany, public opinion quickly turned against them. Many of the original Vermeeswacht force feeling abandoned by their leaders, large groups of the men have deserted the corps. The remaining hardcore loyalists have since embraced their higher status and established themselves as a form of secret police dedicated to preserving the regime's survival. As such, with the king deciding to strip them of their power, many have angrily risen up and marched on Brussels to demand their rights and privileges back. Many fear retaliation by the resistance movement and are afraid that without the king's protection they will be severely punished. So retaliation against the Vermeeswacht, or allow them to rejoin the Rijkswacht and Gendarmerie. Nope, our decision will stand, I'm afraid. Sorry. After the General Bank was split off from the Société Générale de la Bellique, I don't know how to pronounce that. After the Black Monday crash last year, Flemish Council representatives were placed into high-ranking positions within the organisation. This morning, however, the Die Standard newspaper published a front-page article detailing high-ranking corruption within the institution. Now, major Catholic members of German industrialists are mentioned by name, while Paul van Zeeland, the head of the Catholic Bloc, has been publicly accused of being responsible for the corruption infesting the organisation. Upon van Zeeland's entry into Parliament, unrest amongst the ranks erupted openly, with many calling for his immediate resignation and the resignation of the Catholic-led government. Van Zeeland, however, has labelled the rumours mere socialist propaganda aimed at damaging his reputation with no other purpose than to blackmail him and discredit the Parliament. The Gendarmerie storms the General Bank headquarters. Searches home and all. Oh my days, okay, what are we going to find? With a search warrant signed directly by Adalbert I himself, a strike force has been ordered to storm the General Bank in a dawn raid and secure all documents and key personnel for the investigation. While the Gendarmerie successfully confiscated hundreds of documents, banks' ovens were conveniently putting in overtime in an effort to try and destroy as much evidence as possible. By the evening, 10 large trucks drove out of the building, transporting all evidence to the palace. Appoint an investigation commission. This is turning into a bit of a saga. Retaliation against the Vermeeswacht. It appears that Vermeeswacht's fears were justified, as in under 10 days more than a dozen former members were found dead, likely assassinated in revenge for their actions against the resistance. We'll have to be careful, as it seems the resistance has definitely not been quelled completely. We'll have to keep a close watch on the situation. Okay, maybe backfired our decisions for the Vermeeswacht, but oh well, too late now. SAP speaks out against Louis Frank. With full chaos engulfing the Catholic Bloc, whose members are desperately trying to close ranks and shun all members implicated in the scandal, Gustave Sapp has openly called out Louis Frank, head of the General Bank, for his participation in the corruption, as he painfully details all his mistakes with what some call insider knowledge. Frank's reputation was completely devastated, causing him to walk out in the middle of Sapp's humiliating speech. The House of Cards is falling down. Wow. The man frames the Catholic Bloc for the Black Monday scandal. In the socialist paper Verrutel, Hendrik the Man has joined Sap's commitment to bringing down Louis Frank and Van Zeeland. While the Man has lambasted Van Zeeland for his failures in the Black Monday crisis, he has called Frank a despicable lapdog of the German aristocracy, driven solely by profit and responsible for the oppression of Flemish workers. Frank's reputation is completely ruined. From increasing pressure from all sides, the German investigation into his tenure as director of the General Bank has taken their toll on Louis Frank, who, wow, okay. Your son next to a service weapon from the Valkyrie, dressed in full uniform, and a note of the nightstand detailing the roles of all persons implicated in the scandal. With his last act, he hopes to have done the right thing for his fatherland and that his relatives will be spared from his shame. Deployed en masse to imprison the many wretches Frank has implicated. With this last act, he has regained some measure of honour. Adalbert accuses the council. The arrest of many prominent members of the Flemish council. Adalbert has pointed out the widespread corruption and treachery of the body and its danger to the goal of securing a safe and free Flanders Wallonia. Police forces and investigation committee are following the crisis closely, trying to root out the deeply embedded malfeasance we have now discovered lying beneath the surface of many national institutions. The council clearly outliving its usefulness. Well, this is a little bit awkward because it's the Flemish council that were guiding this investigation. The Front de l'Independence. We have received shocking reports from the Walloon detachment of the Veld Gendarmerie indicating a recent surge in armed socialist resistance. News group calling themselves Front de l'Independence is growing in size and deadliness, determined to bring totalism to the state of Flanders Wallonia. They do not shy away from using armed violence against those who oppose them. Discovery of the Die Rot Kapelle, where the Red Orchestra is a large syndicalist resistance network in Europe, with members spread across the continent and receiving assistance from both Paris and London. This intelligence group is a huge threat to our national security. Due to their non-violent nature, they are difficult to track down, and previously all attempts at trying to root them out had yielded poor results. Now, however, it appears that Efremov, leader of the Flanders Wallonian branch, has been captured in Ostend while seeking to move between safe houses. He was immediately interrogated, and at last he gave up important members of the movement. Represent a new breakthrough to our efforts. After a wave of arrests in the following hours, 30 members of the Red Orchestra were caught and executed. A heavy blow has been dealt to the organisation. Excellent! Led by the charismatic Joris van Severn, a faction has been grown in the Flemish Council, striving for greater Disland, free from German interference. His influence is limited at the moment, but it could prove wise to ban him from the council to avoid further issues. Let's go ahead and befriend his party. We're not going to ban him. I think we'll befriend Severin and see what that does for us. This war should probably end relatively quickly, but we'll head out anyways. Why not? Well, we can't hold elections right now because it's false, apparently, so I don't really know how that opens up for us, but I guess we'll find out. We'll go ahead and get the FRC investments for the time being. Well, we're seeing some action. We are moving in, and they died, so we've done absolutely nothing. Great. French agitators captured in Charleroi. After a strike in the Charleroi industrial region, multiple French citizens were picked out of the Walloon crowd and identified as communard syndicalists. While the workers are outright refusing to cooperate with the authorities, their very presence only reaffirms our fear of syndicalism spreading throughout Ceylon. Due to the Charleroi strikes and the subsequent arrest of multiple French syndicalist agitators, Adalbert has decided to tackle the problem head first and has arranged a meeting with the leader of the Social Democratic faction, Achille van Acker. While the king is reluctant to allow the BWP POB participation in upcoming elections, Van Acker promised him that only through a socialist democratic leadership could Flanders Wallonia be saved from falling to extremism. All socialists are traitors to the king. 1930 elections in Flanders Wallonia. For the first time since the start of the German occupation of Belgium during the Valkyrie, the German regime has allowed for elections to be held in their puppet state. While all parties have decided to run independently, utterly convinced of their own superiority, looks like that KB/BC is set for a crushing victory. The Social Conservatives. Excellent, the Westerschelde works have finished. With the last fairway finished, the large freight ships can finally reach the Antwerp harbour. Our investment will pay off very quickly as more and more trade flows through the harbours of the Low Countries after rising tensions in the rest of Europe. So dredging of the Westerschelde is replaced with the flourishing trade. National spirit instead. Oh wow, I get to vote on the creation of a legationary navy. I'm going to say yes, because then that puts us on the winning vote right now. Although that's not a great development, I'm probably going to lose my fruits of the open door. Oh, I called it. The end of the legation cities, they're Japan's now. So I've actually moved the majority of our army out to, oh my days, to this border. As you can see why. I think what we'll do is we'll concentrate our forces. So yeah, the Third National really doesn't have anyone else like small that I can go and bully. Because usually, obviously, I head north into Scandinavia. Well, the world is at war again. The Communist of France has declared war on Germany, which means we are going to be dragged in any second now. Oh, Ukraine's going after Crimea, and they're losing right now. Yeah, it might not actually be straightforward, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of divisions over here. Might actually be better for us to... What the... Oh my heavens. I'm really hoping the German fleet's gonna manage to deal with them. Well, at least that's the Entente in the war now. Yeah, we'll go ahead and sign the non-aggression pact with the Entente. Yeah, and maybe declaring war on Poland's not great either, Germany. They're not exactly very strong from the looks of things. They're doing last stand already, which is never a good sign. And they've also declared war on Denmark now. Are we just wanting to invade everybody today? Is that what Germany's wanting to do? Yep, fall of Warsaw. There goes Poland. We kind of help, but Germany's obviously going to get all of that. Oh, Austria's quickly joined, and the two Sicilies joined the Entente. Well, it's not going completely smoothly, but we have lost a lot of men there, sadly. But we have landed, and we have actually successfully landed in the Union of Britain. Yeah, it did cost us 33,000 men to do that naval invasion. That's the only downside. Wow, they are coming in hard, aren't they? Union of Britain, they really do want to push us out. That's fine. We'll just chill here until we can push out. Wow, that is an absolute death stack that is over here with us right now. Okay, they have pushed us slightly back, but that's actually a better position for us to hold them in. Supplies fantastic as well, because we've just built a supply hub. Okay, we've secured Cambridge. Oh, surely not. Oh, we have. Nice. Oh well, that's a pretty nice border. So we have lost 56,000. The majority of them actually were sunk during the naval invasion. We have killed 245,000 of the Union of Britain. Don't think that's going to go our way anytime soon, sadly. No, surely not. Yep, okay, we've secured London. We've somehow managed to take London. Well, that puts Union of Britain under a little bit of pressure. Ideally, we probably want to push to Portsmouth and Dover and just secure this kind of south part here. Oh, well, oh no, it's only one division. Hopefully, why is it the Russians that are intercepting us? We have managed to secure Newcastle, so everyone just needs to get over there immediately. We did get intercepted a decent bit by Russia, however, so... Yeah, Russia's killed 20,000 of us in that push, but that's fine. That is fine. Right, nice. That's another port secured. Does look like they're moving to reinforce the north. Okay, we are on the move. I feel like, yeah, we've done what we need to in the north. Everyone just get to the main front. Well, that push has worked out phenomenally. I still don't really think we can push the other front. We'll try it. Look at them using last stand. Get away with that. Force attack them. Yeah, they're gone. Union of Britain's gone. Right, it may be a little bit stupid what I'm trying to do right now, but I'm just trying to punch right... Oh, it's worked. I was going to say, I'm just wanting to punch right through their forts. Yeah, that has had the desired effect I was looking for. It's not very often I go through the forts, to be honest. For 9% of the fighting, we've done a whole lot more than that really shows, to be honest. Oh, Crimea's finally capitulated. Germany, do you want to, like, reinforce our lines? That would be, like, really, really good, you know? Ideally, we want to deal with Cherbourg and Brest as soon as, and then we can shorten the front, because it's a little bit longer round here, because we've got to push up there. It's such a shame we're going to get absolutely nothing in the peace deal for this performance. Yeah, Brest is a pocket of dead French troops. Oh no, Socialist Italy has to die today. Really? Yeah, France. Oh, Kaiser Wilhelm II's dead. France is almost gone. There we go, the French Commune is no more. With the Commune of France defeats, we've been asked to return control of our controlled territories of France to the German Empire to better organise. Fine. Go, 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 go. Let's crush the Italians. And to finish off one of the wars at least. Russia is losing as well, so that's something. We do have military access to the Austrians, so I think I might just move around a little bit rather than having a complete death stack. Yeah, the Italians cannot stand on their own legs here once... oh, yep, there they go. Well, that's not too shabby. So we got Calais and Lille now as part of our territories, as well as the UK. Well, it's a little bit cursed. Me being a puppet myself, I now have the British Republic and the Republic of Ireland as my puppets. Well, I'm pretty sure the Norwegians aren't really going to put up much of a fight, and I'll be very disappointed in our fleet if they're not able to push back the Russians there and their silly little fleet. Okay, we have successfully landed, which is good. With that naval invasion complete, it's now time to focus on the secondary one in Iberia. Well, we may be at war with Persia, but at least they're now at war with the Entente as well. And what a interesting faction. We have had to go up to all adult serve as well right now because manpower is non-existent for us. Maybe a little bit harder to push through Norway now because it is a bit of a bottleneck, but hopefully we can push through. And the Portuguese are not garrisoning their coast. Right where we landed. Where the hell are the others? And they are there. Okay, oh, we've cut off those two divisions. And we're about to take Narvik. Still not enough to capitulate them, because guess what? Svalbard is now the capital. Of course. Oh, Norway has capitulated. Excellent, which means we now have a front with Russia. Looks like we're going to secure it. As long as reinforcements don't get there. Yep, there goes Algiers. Fantastic. That is what we were wanting, because that puts the French under terrible pressure. They have managed to push back the French kingdom a little bit, though that's the only disappointing thing. But the good thing is, with their capital being gone, yeah, they're halfway to capitulation now. Portugal's still there. Russia's 96% the way. Oh, there we go. We're pushing into Russia. Good thing about us coming in this way is Murmansk is, I guess, worth something. 85,000 we've lost. Russia's about to go. Oh, France is gone as well. Can I take their ships? I can't take anything. And Russia's going to be going any moment now as well. The only issue is that then opens up a front with... Actually, doesn't open up a front with Japan, because I keep forgetting the Far Eastern People's Republic still exists. Who's probably going to steal a lot of Russia. Oh, jeez, okay, yeah, you can see where this is going already. Okay... Why have the Russian Republic just exists in Tula? So Bulgaria just declared war on Greece, who has decided to join the Russian faction. The Russians don't have any divisions, Greece. Russia doesn't have anything. Excellent. We have the Panzerschreck. I used to love that on World at War, Call of Duty. Well, there's a conflict I didn't see finishing anytime soon, but Germany's finally emerged victorious, and I've got 0 score against them. And you guys just go wild. It looks like everyone else is taking this opportunity. Oh, that's actually killed them. Well. Okay. Oh, wow, we have pushed quite far there. Oh my days, Cuba. Clearly they weren't paying attention, were they? Oh, there goes the Raj Authority. Yet Raj Authority, Afghanistan, and Tripolitania are all out of the war. The only issue now is Cuba. Oh no, Cuba still has an army. Don't know where the hell they are. Well, we're heading north in Africa to Guinea and Senegambia. We're just going to try and push the Canadians and the Entente out from up there because the AI is managing to do fine down here now, which is excellent to see. Well, they are trying to land, the Canadians, and they're failing. And hopefully, Supply Hub is finished. Supply is still absolutely freaking horrific. But we're moving against the Canadians in Havana, and it does look like we're going to come out on top here. Yep, Havana's been resecured, supplies perfect, and the Canadians are dead. You are welcome, Cuba. Right, this will be interesting to see what happens now, because the American Union State has won the Civil War. The Ottoman Empire doesn't even really exist. Hopefully going to have some really good news in a few days' time when I see Huey declaring war on New England. Oh, get in! Absolutely phenomenal. Huey, my good friend, please accept this non-aggression pact. Thank you, sir. Oh, he's already winning. Oh, I didn't expect to be fighting alongside Huey today, but I'm very happy that I am. Ottawa, Montreal, and Quebec will all need to fall. Vancouver's obviously still needing to go as well, but I think everything should be wrapped up quite nicely. This is a lot of unnecessary invading the Ottomans, but anything to get my war participation up, eh? Yeah, let's do a force attack, let's do it. Obviously there is forts, but I'm hoping we might be able to come out on top of this. Yep, there goes Constantinople. And with it the Ottoman Empire. Excellent. Actually, look at the state of this right now. Like, they're so close to going, but it's such a stack of divisions. Oh, we are moving. They've been stupid enough to leave Victoria completely undefended. You're kidding me. Well, Cuba is falling once again. Well, being re-secured once again is a better way of putting it. Although they have done a last stand, but hopefully that's not going to last too much longer. Why are you not attacking? Oh yeah, Guantanamo Bay, re-secured. Excellent. Oh my days, the breakthrough has finally been made. The Entente is no more. Well, we did get all of Portugal under colonial empire. We put the Queen back on the throne and the monarchy in power. So we've got a decent little array of puppets now: Mozambique, Cape Verde, Guinea, Angola, Portugal, Norway, Ireland, and the British Republic. Of course, we are still a puppet ourselves. So for the first time in donkeys, we've finally got it down to a 1v1 situation in terms of faction on faction. The only issue is, how the frickin' hell are we going to deal with Japan? So guys, I had to think about it. I'm not going to try and take down Japan. That's going to be too much pain and suffering for me today. I think we've done enough as Flanders Wallonia. We do have tons more manpower to use up, like, mainly because we are still an all-adult serve. So we could try and take down Japan, but it's 1944, and I feel like I've kind of done enough. We've been very, very helpful to our German overlords, and Germany's sitting very comfortably with a very large portion of the world under their control. So until next time, guys, do take care. Cheer bye. The now.